Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler every series of videos I do for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie, I am beyond excited for this. I am practically brimming with anticipation for this particular item. So we're going to get into it. Folks, it is a super simple format, though. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering around about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Well, it happens to be my brand spanking-ish new, boom, it is my, well, it says Rebel, but it is from a artist called Ayatoya. That's how you spell it. What the fuck is Ayatoya? Ayatoya is this badass electronica industrial chick who I was fortunate enough, she was on tour with Cold and Orgy, who I went to go see a couple weeks ago at the time I'm doing this, and she was one of the openers, and I really fucking dug her stuff. Turns out she's actually from Chicago, like that's where she, operates out of. I'd never heard of her or her music before, but I super dig that stuff. Like being a long time fan of Nine Inch Nails, I have a great deal of fondness for sort of industrial stuff, and she was just super badass. Like, not only is she over there playing multiple instruments, there's like visual effects and stuff that she set up and everything, and then on top of that, it's like, it's one thing when you're like just a band doing your thing, you have other people to bounce off of. She's got to go up there and just kick ass by herself, and she did. She was super nice. I got to meet her after the show, just got some stuff signed by her and everything like that. Extremely cool lady, and I just really dug what she was doing. So much so, I bought some merch. I actually have some videos of her performance that I attended. They're on the channel as well, just in case you want to check it out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to point you in her direction. I think she's very cool. Anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Why am I so excited? Because, folks, we're reviewing, I'm going to grab the other one. I bought two because it's Gatorade, but it's not just any Gatorade. It's Gatorade Midnight Ice. This is a limited edition flavor that I believe is exclusive to 7-Eleven and Speedway, because Speedway is owned by 7-Eleven. Here's the thing about this. I pet it like a cat. I have mentioned this occasionally, but back when I was a kid, my favorite flavor of Gatorade, back when they were just trying shit, it was the 90s, okay? They were just throwing shit at the wall and having fun with it. And everything was extreme. So they had a flavor called Midnight Thunder. And I loved that stuff. I thought it was great. Again, my favorite flavor of Gatorade of all time. This is Midnight Ice. Now, I don't know if that's one-to-one. And here's the reality. I haven't had Midnight Thunder since I was in middle school, so I couldn't even tell you if I'm going to be able to, tell if it's one-to-one. It's been that long. But when I saw this, my brain was like, oh, maybe it's returned. And they just relabeled it because Midnight Thunder kind of sounds like a porn star name. But let's do a thing for the thing. Can we do a thing for a thing? Hell, yeah. Yeah. Please be delicious and the thing that I remember from my childhood. And if it's not, please bring back. If they just come out with a whole Midnight line, that would be cool. I think Midnight Thunder, Midnight Ice, Midnight Fire. Doesn't have much of a smell. Okay. I'll say this, if this is what Midnight Thunder tasted like back in the day, I might have been a little bit of a dumb kid. It's not bad at all. I like it, but I have to admit, especially with, it's Midnight Ice, I was expecting for, a punchier flavor. It's good, though. It has kind of a dark kind of flavor to it. I get the whole midnight theming and everything. It's got, a deepness to it. I think that's kind of the trade-off. I think instead of it being as punchy, they're more again, have it be more of a deep, sort of almost mellowish kind of flavor. In terms of the actual flavor itself, I'm tempted to say kind of a grape flavor, what with it being mostly purple. But it has like a little bit of a little bit of a tanginess to it, almost like kind of a sour grape kind of flavor, but like, I don't know. Yeah, the initial flavor is very smooth. And it kind of hits, it's good, but like it doesn't have a lot of punchy flavor. It's really on the tail end that the flavor amps up, and then that's where you get, again, that little bit of that kind of tartness. I don't know. It's hard for me to really say exactly what flavor this is. Yeah, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this. Because again, you folks saw it, man. Like, I was super excited when I saw this. Like, I hadn't even heard about this. And so when I went into the 7-Eleven today, I had to, go grab some gas, and it's like, new exclusive flavor. And I was like, oh, that sounds like a thing I could review. Midnight Ice! And I was like... But it's kind of okay. It's not a bad flavor of Gatorade. I certainly like it more than some of the other ones. Like, I've never been into the cucumber lime flavor. But some people like that, to be fair. But at the same time, I wouldn't put it up there with, like, my favorites. Like, probably my two favorite Gatorade flavors are just the straight fruit punch and the lemon lime. Just the classic ones. This one is good. I appreciate, some of the, again, that they're trying to go for maybe a little bit of a deeper flavor. Instead of the punchiness, it's a little bit more mellow. And then just kind of that hit of flavor at the end. I kind of like what they're doing with it, and I think in terms of it being, especially I know with Gatorade, like, for the longest time, everybody's, they're like this sports drink and this thing, but they've come under a great deal of scrutiny over the years because it's like, it's not really very good for you, even if you're trying to, like, do athletic stuff, there's way better shit out there, So maybe they're trying to, like, amp down the flavors, maybe the sugar a little bit, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's just, there's no part of the flavor that is super jumping out at me to letting me know what the flavor specifically is supposed to be. And it's probably like a blend of things, to be fair. But I am going to go, if I had to guess and say, I mean, does it say on the thing anywhere? No, I mean, it's all fucking chemicals and shit. I mean, I'm going to go again. I think it's sort of a mild, but then also slightly sour grape flavor. 3 questions that have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Is it Midnight Thunder? I'm going to go with, on occasion, sure, and I hope not. For me personally, I mean, I like it. And I appreciate it, because it's a new Gatorade flavor. We don't get a lot of those. Gatorade, I mean, they do come out with stuff here and there. I reviewed a mystery flavor from them a few months ago. Maybe this was the mystery flavor. I genuinely couldn't tell you. Yeah, I kind of like it, and like I said, I mean, I do enjoy some Gatorade. I don't drink a lot of it these days, but every now and again, I could see grabbing one. I like what it's doing. Even if it's not like a huge standout for me, I can appreciate the novelty of it. But again, it's definitely not like going to be a big favorite for me. If I'm recommending it to people, I mean, it's a limited time thing. Give it a shot. That's kind of where I would take it. I don't think there's anything hugely offensive about it that anybody would, like, scoff at or, be taken aback by. Again, it's a fairly mellow flavor and stuff. Worst case scenario, I think maybe you'd just be a little bit disappointed. But, yeah, like I said, I could see some people enjoying it. And then again, is it Midnight Thunder? I hope not. This is one of those things where it's like, man, and I can't imagine it being, because again, Midnight Thunder came out in like the 90s, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it did. Yeah, it would have had to, because, yeah. It came out in the 90s, like sugar regulations and things like that, and would become more health conscious. So it's probably not something that would be one-to-one, even if they did decide to bring it back, and maybe. Yeah, I hope it's not Midnight Thunder, because it's like, man, that would really bum me out if that's, I'd been waiting for this thing for so long and then that was it. But who knows? Like I said, maybe they'll do a whole midnight line. I personally think that would actually be genuinely cool. You know, do Midnight Fire, Midnight Ice, Midnight Thunder. You know, just do like a whole thing. Just have it be like a limited edition run. Spark up a few sales. I'm just saying. Should Gatorade give me $1 million for my idea? I'm not greedy. I'll take 500 grand. You know, go over there, pay off my fucking house, take care of some of my bullshit that I got to deal with and everything. And, you know, have a little extra to have a little fun with it. Just saying. Final 2 things, folks, or 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great race today, spectacular race week, monumental race month, stupendous race year, folks. Let's have ourselves a hashtag get Gatorade to give Brandon $1 million tastic rest of our lives. I mean, look, I'm just saying, you know, I'll spread it around. I'm not going to be some dipshit who goes over there, you know, I mean, I'm not going to be an idiot about it. I'll be a little bit of an idiot about it. But, you know, I'll try to, you know, you're not going to see me buying $1 million house. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to blow it all in one go. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do all the time. I know I can't do all the time. You're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important that we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, here's what I want you to do. If you happen to be around my age or so, you know, maybe older or something like that, if you have any memories of Midnight Thunder, please do me a favor, go out, try this particular beverage, and let me know your thoughts on it. Is it hitting any nostalgia switches for you? You know, is it coming up? Because, like I say, it's just been so long since I've had it, and I'm sure, you know, it would be probably the same amount of time as anybody else would have had it. But it's like, you know, maybe other people have stronger memory of it than I do. I wish it was... I wish that as soon as it had gone over there and touched my tongue, I was instantly taken back to, you know, being what would I have been? I don't know, 11 or so year old Brandon, like, and then, you know, you just see me here, the tear comes down. Bye!